Set sails over the end line.
Here we go! 60 outlaw!
Choose the mark! You're trapped! You're trapped!
Right up!
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ready.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Get ready!
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Bringing up third and 12.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a third and 12. From the gun, Posey, he's going to rifle up, looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they've responded to the challenge.
Here we go.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a second and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a second and 3.
Big stop, let's go! Showing up, showing up!
Two!
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Here we go.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a third and 3.
12.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down San Francisco, the pickup 14 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22.
At the 7-yard line.
Here we go. 180!
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a second and goal.
At the 11-yard line.
Here we go. 180. 65, 65.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50.
You're not run.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
11.
Garoppolo. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
They'll try to run with Breida. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Got it.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
We got this.
36.
Look, squeeze. 5.
They run. It's Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, LA. Todd Gurley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Rams have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. That's his 14th interception on the season, and that number 14 ties the NFL single-season record.
Held by Dick Night Train Lane. Was that 1952?
52, more than a half-century ago.
And he's with the Rams that season, and believe it or not, it was his rookie year.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hard.
Rush in. Check 43.
Hey, exit.
Now Gurley. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 40-yard line. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
It's fourth down.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go,
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter.
Read.
Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Check. Switch.
On first down, it's Gurley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike 42, check, Mike 42.
Right here.
Hey, Mike's 42,
Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Posey. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ready up.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby. Woo! He's coming.
They try right side here. Gurley.
Check.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
Ready.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Man, I got you. Right there.
Deep rip.
From the gun, Posey. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. David Njoku with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Robinson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
They'll run here with Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
First down, San Francisco.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Key to tight end. 3 down.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Check.
1, Omaha.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 31-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. And into the red zone now. And Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
Second and 8 at the Rams' 15-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You got 3 down.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Looking to throw. Posey. He's got Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
47.
At the 47-yard line.
Got to do better.
Snap.
And that is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Stay with your man. Check your hot read. Check.
Go.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
To throw again, Posey. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Mike 57.
To throw on 3rd down, Posey. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
21. Here we go. Delta.
Check 91.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Two.
Let's go.
Hey, echo.
50's the Mike. 50's the Mike. Come on, D.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
We play to win. Let's go.
Here we go, here we go,
The
here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Minus 50, minus 50. I want that. Give me that ball, defense.
White.
Give me that.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Here we go. 180.
Here we go. Strong left.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Here we go. 180.
Double tight. Alert. 3 down.
They run again with Breida. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Here we go. 180.
Mike 50.
Hey, alert.
50, Mike 50.
Hey, Sue.
Mike 50.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
No. 21. 21.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
On the ready.
57's Mike.
5.
57's the Mike. Watch 57.
Watch the run. Watch the run. 57's Mike.
Big grip.
Operating from the gun. Posey. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me.
On play action, now Garoppolo. He gets it to Thomas. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
13.
Check safety. Whip. Watch the whip.
Hey, box drop. Flag.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
We're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 37-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
SOS. Hey, exit. On the ball. Hit it.
Again, they run with Gurley. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Come on, set. 50, plant.
57's the Mike. Switch.
Hey, Haywood.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57. You. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
Move. Five.
From the gun, Posey. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Sponge, rock it now.
A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Hey, Orbit.
On first and 10, Posey, he's letting it fly for Cooks. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Incomplete. Brings up second and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, Alpha.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Hey, let's go.
Throwing again. Posey. A deep ball for Gurley. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Brings up third down and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike's 57. Bravo.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook. His time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Garoppolo now. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats inbounds.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
Go.
50, Mike's 50. He don't know no better. Check 50. Check.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
Here we go, here we go. 13, 13.
They run. Robinson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Push him back. Deuce. Set.
21.
On second and 12, Garoppolo. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here's Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Check. Cross.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Check.
Now it's the backup lock. This is caught. It's Cooks. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
675.
Chance. Watch the twist.
Reggie.
Another carry now for Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, whoa.
A shotgun snap for Love. He gets it to Cooks. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up third down and 9.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on third down, Luck. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's fourth. Third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go, here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Hey, hey, Mike 7. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91. Let's go, get hot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. To throw is Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Here we go.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
You got nothing.
Garoppolo to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back to throw, Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
That's the way. Watch it.
Check 37. Check 37.
Garoppolo to throw for it on fourth. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tighten up, tighten up.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. There he goes left side. And he'll be out of bounds. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll look to run with Henderson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and goal.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now it's Locke. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for L.A., the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.